representationally, we started off with gravity. Actually, this didn't get cleared since I used it yesterday, so we actually started with Darren here, once upon a time. In other words, these are the different lenses that the learner has used. So now, rather than, or in addition to, not rather than, the approach to measurement which we currently have, which is way downstream from where the learning activity is happening, we're able to start to peer into what the learner's doing as they start to interface and relate to the content that's relevant to level. That starts to help us understand what's working and what's not working at a level of resolution that we're currently not aware of. In addition to this, which I want to say we're going to provide as feedback to the system at numerous levels. One level, if you will, one feedback lens would be to the teacher. So you can imagine, if you will, in the vision of this in the future, that as everybody got one of these tablets, that as it checks back into the classroom or the system, the teacher can see with respect to what the flow of the class has been, that out of the 20 students or 40 students or 10 students, well, here's the topographically summarized, here's where they've been. Here's the kind of inquiries they went into. Here's the kind of things they skipped over. And how that's distributed, actually, we could actually see this, how that's distributed in the distribution of people in the class. At another level, somebody who's responsible for what we'll call for the moment the seed crystal component of the curriculum, the professional author that makes professional material, or the curriculum designers or the instructional designers that are evolving the curriculum, can look at this at another level of summary. What's happening with hundreds, thousands of learners who have had this experience. Well, gee, we're having a lot more problem in this domain. We better put more resources into evolving that part of the curriculum. There's one other part of this right now that's really important, which is, let's say I clicked on Rainbow, got it infected to you last time. There's no picture. There's no picture. Well, so as a learner, I say, wait a minute, here's a button. All the different reference categories that could be there pop up, and go to picture. A window pops up and says, picture, feedback. Rainbow, picture, feedback. All right, well, that's what I wanted you to know. I wanted you to know that I was a learner, and I came here, and I encountered Rainbow, and immediately I wanted a picture, and you didn't have one. It took me that long for me to tell you that. So that back at curriculum development or at the teacher level or whatever level you want to say, again, the feedback lens is working the system. Again, I haven't cleared these things yesterday. Rainbow, picture. Now, the same basic thing I've just done, we'll also have a note transport facility so that instead of just pulling it up as feedback, I can pull it up and say, this wasn't here, I think it should be here. I just went to the other parts of our electronic library. I gathered the pictures and sounds and text that I think ought to be supporting this. I'll put them in the feedback window and send them to you, and it just starts to feed the system. So whenever they have a meeting that isn't being satisfied, they can send you the message that it's not being satisfied, or they can be more creative and satisfied in the way that we're now satisfied everybody else encounters that. Okay, the correct case.
Could you just say some more about that? How does the learner input?
Let's do that. Take Rainbow again. And roots, I don't know what the roots of the word are, frankly. Etymology. But let's say I type something in here. Put the garbage in the moment. Okay? I could arguably, and the buttons aren't showing right now, there will be a series of other icons in this window. I could push this button, make the window be full. I could say, all right, I want this to be a note. Pull down, well, here's my class members, and the notes are there. Or, wait a minute, I want to paste the picture in. So hit picture, this would pop up, and I can use the same command copy tools that exist on the current machine to paste the picture in. Then when I hit this button, or the book down, what I've done to send whatever that content was back through the system. If it was addressed as a note to somebody, then it would just show up as a note to somebody. If not, it would come in the garbage I typed in. It was captured and included with the message that got fired off. So it's not an offline contrived creative activity, it's just part of the flow. And the learner's unmet meaning needs become how the learner's meaning needs get met. And arguably flow through different degrees of editorial supervision, okay? And that means to evolve how that might happen. The other thing about this that I'll say before we move over to the Auckland system to kind of create a background is, it's been important for us to design this so that, again, what we're trying to do is evolve a new kind of relationship between curriculum, instructional design, strategy, teacher activities, administration, measurement processes, the individual learners, learning needs, movement, bring these into some kind of coherable, mutually learning-oriented relation to one another in a way that's economically pervasive. It can become economically. It can because of economics become pervasive.
Have you any examples of situations where you've been able to program the teacher to be actively involved in the process?
No, this is a prototype. It's in its early stages. I can show you what I've just demonstrated. I can help visualize to the next stage, okay, of summarization of this instead of one person's representation, history, audits, and their specific feedback, how that could be topographically and graphically summarized as what's happening in a class or what's happening to a whole curriculum content. As far as how would a teacher start to relate to class this way?
Yeah, because I can see how you can get the distribution of feedback to the students about where students are at, but if that doesn't get the teacher actively involved yet in the process. So I think
well, I mean, the teacher getting actively involved in the process in a relative way at some point presumes that they have some ability to peer into what's relevant. So it does presume some sensitivities that kind of imply this as a starting point. The next stage, though, is what's the relationship between a teacher and a class as technology and the spirit of this kind of vision that starts to evolve? Are they still instructors, informers? Are they coaches, dialogue facilitators? And I mean, I'd argue that as technology starts to pick up the relationship with information component, information with knowledge interface, that the teachers become more and more facilitators of dialogue process between human beings, collaborative, relationship, and as coaches, mentors, and guides about how to relate to knowledge in ways that technology can help. That's a 4-hour conversation. I would like to say that we've gone into it.
Just a short extension of that. The ideas for working on social relationships among learners that you just described, are you thinking of developing technologies and designs and strategies for doing that, or are you assuming that it would come sort of arising out of this?
No. Well, I think that this will extend in one way the metaphor of helping us as a system, as educators, to become more sensitive and responsive to this critical fluctuation in meaning that we're learning now.
Yeah.
And that in terms of the social sea of talk, in terms of the dialogue, the background, from what I understand, they're participating in dialogue and in studying it inferentially and empirically. The critical components of how else to in dialogue, somebody else really has to do with how well they are sensitive to their needs, fluctuations, the difference between a rigidly held assumption, particular approach to a critical thinking process right now. So that while we haven't explicitly